Hi Taurus, welcome to your January 2020 love and romance reading. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and yes, my darlings, of course, Venus. We're going to see what is happening in love for Taurus, okay? Cross watchers, I've got your back, my darlings. I've got you covered. I know some of you aren't happy since I stopped doing the cross watcher videos, but I'm going to address cross watchers as messages for cross watchers of Taurus come up. All right, my darlings, let us see what is happening for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the month of January. I feel like it needs one more shuffle. One more shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo. Venus. Why did I say Virgo? I meant to say Venus. As I was laying down the cards, I got like this visual of like white knuckling, like holding on to something so tightly. So I'm curious how that's going to play out in the reading, but some of you might be really holding on to something kind of tight. Let's see. Monday, Tuesday. I'm so used to the weekly forecasts. The first card here is we've got 10 of Cups. Alrighty, my dears. So, 10 of Cups is kind of like our foundation. Well, I mean, the first card for me in the love reading is kind of like the foundation of what's going on that month, or where our focus is, or what it is we're manifesting or wanting to manifest. And 10 of Cups obviously would be the ideal situation, right? Just happy all around, happy and comfortable in the relationship. There's love, there's financial security, there's joy, there's, you know, just all kinds of fulfillment. 10 of Cups is just, you cannot be happy in a relationship. So some of you maybe had that with someone at one point, and maybe this is why you're white knuckling. You're white knuckling to hold on to that, or you're white knuckling in terms of you're holding out for it. But it feels to me, Taurus, like this is really what you want, and this is what it is that you're trying to call in, and you're not going to take anything less than. However, the white knuckling energy is not energy you want to hold on to, because that's when we're really trying to force something. And anytime we go into something with like a forced energy, we're chasing it away. So I'm sure there'll be more messages about this as we move forward, as we move into a situation where, you know, we see all what else is coming up and how it all comes together. Cross watcher, some of you are going to get super mad at me right now, super mad at me, and I'm sorry, but I have to say it, and this is only for a specific portion of you, not for all cross watchers. But cross watcher, if you've been with a Taurus, and this Taurus and you have been going back and forth and talking and communicating, and there's some kind of a relationship and they're trapped in a loveless marriage, 10 of Cups wants you to know that this person's not being truthful with you about how bad this marriage might be. They're actually pretty satisfied. They're actually pretty fulfilled, right? And so they might not be looking to leave their current relationship. So if you're dealing with a Taurus who's telling you, oh, it's hell, but I'm just stuck, I'm just trapped because of the kids, or I'm just trapped because, you know, they're crazy and I don't know what they'll do if I'll leave, or they're not telling you completely, truthfully, honestly, you know, home life might not be so bad for them. And I feel like I need to say this for any of you that might be holding out for a Taurus to leave a marriage, okay? This is a general reading, and hopefully, if that's your situation, obviously, I'd prefer to be wrong. I'd prefer for everybody to get what they want and to be happy, but and for some of you, it may not apply to you because it is general, but I just feel like that needs to be said, or that's a message that's wanting to come across. For other ones of you, you know your Taurus is single. They just might be very cautious because they're thinking of the ideology of like, if I'm going to commit, I want to know this is the person. I want to know that this is someone that like we're going to be able to not just stay together, but be happy together. I almost feel like Taurus, maybe you were in a relationship that started out really happy, where you just felt like, wow, this is my person, and over time it changed, and maybe it did become kind of a hell, and now you're just wanting to know, if I'm going to go into being with someone, I need to know that we have enough of a foundation, or that we, we're going to be happy together. We're going to not just have financial security, but really truly love each other, like really looking for love, right? And so Taurus, I feel like Taurus is really wanting to make sure that love is there. That love is there, and that this love is going to last. It's not going to fade. It's not going to burn out. That's just kind of what I'm feeling right off the bat going in. So next, my darlings, we have Six of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles is, a nice financial flow. Usually, like money coming in, money going out, being able to save and plan for the future. If you are dating a Taurus cross watcher, they really want to do it right. They really want to have a comfortable life. So there's going to be some financial progress that they're working towards. And as that financial progress comes in, they might be looking more towards in terms of like commitment and taking the next steps. But overall, energetically, when Six of Pentacles comes up in a love reading energetically, it's telling us about the kind of love where there's give and take, right? It's not just one person trying. It's not just one person putting forth the effort, but it's two people kind of giving to each other. Okay, so cross watcher, if you've been dealing with a Taurus, and if you have expressed to this Taurus that you feel in some way that they're not giving enough, or that you're putting in more effort than them, in January you could be seeing more of an effort. You could be seeing them step up and making sure that they're reciprocating more, or that you're feeling like you also are receiving. I do feel like there's going to be some conversation around finances. If you are a Taurus who is married, or if you are a Taurus that you're in a relationship with somebody for a while, I really feel there's going to be like this thing of wanting to work towards financial goals together, but really in terms of like the future. And I'm not sure why, because Six of Pentacles really isn't typically in an investment card for me, but I do feel there's something around an investment, something they're wanting to do around like investing, and then being able to take this money to enjoy life. There could be talk of early retirement. There could be talk of traveling, or trying to come up with a more passive income, because Taurus or Taurus's partner may feel like this is going to help take pressure off the relationship, or allow you all to enjoy each other more. I am getting kind of like an empty nest kind of feeling, like the kids being away, they're grown, and like just kind of wanting to rekindle passion, or kind of just rekindle, passion, romance for some of you. That seems to be at the forefront. And, maybe you don't have somebody in your life right now, but you've got kind of like an empty nest kind of thing going on. You just might be wanting to attract that kind of love. Some of you, empty nest might include not only are the kids gone, but maybe baby mama, baby daddy, husband, wife, mom, dad, whoever you raised your kids with, they might be gone too. It might be, the kids are grown, they're gone, so all right, we don't have business together anymore. And you might be trying to figure out how you can bring in that 10 of Cups feeling again, right? But you're wanting to have love. You're wanting to feel that genuine, for real, like there's genuine attraction here. You're kind of wanting to just have the feeling you had back in the beginning before things ran their course, and you might be a little bit cautious about it. But Six of Pentacles is saying this is somebody you may be meeting through your profession. The person that's coming in for you may be meeting this person through your profession. You may also be just attracting someone who's coming in and like they don't want you for your money. They don't want you for what you have, especially Taurus people. If you're Taurus sun, Taurus moon, or if you just have like a heavy Taurus influence, Tauruses really do work very hard when it comes to career, and they work really hard when it comes to like making a comfortable life. So, this person's coming in, I feel, is mirroring that to you. You're seeing that in themselves. And I feel this is a relationship, Taurus, for you that's going to be very special in that way, because I feel that for a lot of you, you've been, I don't know if I want to say the rescuer, but you've been the responsible one, or you've been the provider, even though, maybe this person or you know, obviously your kids aren't like, you know, being gold diggers. Your kids are just being kids. But, you know, you may have just been like, you know, always the one, you know, bringing, you know, putting food on the table, bringing home the bacon. And so this is somebody that's coming in with their own bacon, right? Like they're coming in with their own thing, and that's like kind of giving you and you're seeing that this person really works hard, and you're admiring that about them. I really feel that. And I know there's already people in the comments right now bashing Taurus and saying Taurus is this and Taurus is a user and Taurus is that. And I just need to say something for those of you that you're in that energy, you know, and I might lose subscribers over it, and that's okay. You are dealing with a lower vibrational Taurus, okay? Not all Taurus are that way. Taurus can be incredibly faithful. They can be incredibly loyal. You know, their family is going to come first. They're going to be very protective of their relationships and of their family. But they're also a sign that likes to be comfortable, that likes to enjoy life, that Taurus is going to take whatever's being put on the table, okay? And, you know, if you had a situation with a lower vibrational Taurus, you were being taught to be more cautious of what you're putting on the table. Okay, I'm not saying this in a mean way. I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I'm saying this from a place of love, right? There was some karmic thing here, because if you are one of those people coming at me in the comments about how terrible Taurus is, you got burned by a Taurus, right? And sometimes and everybody gets burned. I've been burned in my life. It's a part of growing up. It's a part of life. You learn better, like how not to, you know, approach a situation, or not to be too giving, right? It doesn't mean all Taurus are bad. And it doesn't mean that Taurus doesn't deserve to be happy. Taurus can be very, very committed. And so for those of you Taurus that you've been very committed, and you've been really kind of, you know, focused on being there for your family, or, you know, being there for your significant other, those of you where that relationship has ended, you are going to experience 10 of Cups in a whole new way, right? It might not be the same way as it was before. Time may have changed. You may be older. Circumstances might be different. But that doesn't mean you can't experience love in your life, okay? People can find love at any age. I saw something on TV the other day about a 90-year-old man that got married to like a 100-year-old woman, and they were like bowling, and they like drove off in her convertible, and it was just like they were living life. They were so in love. He kept talking about how hot she was. So, you know, it's not game over. It's not game over, you know. Even if you know there's not going to be a reconciliation with a certain person, you don't have to white knuckle anymore. You have someone coming that's going to really mirror a lot of things back to you in positive ways. Next card here, my darlings. We have the Hanged Man, okay? So you're being asked to look at a situation from a different angle, right? Especially those of you that are white knuckling. You're holding out for a very specific person, or you're holding out for a reconciliation, or just for things to pan out a specific way. Hangman is asking you to look at the situation from a different angle, different way. And for whatever reason, this isn't typically a message I get from the Hanged Man, but this is the feeling and the vibe that I'm feeling for you, Taurus. You need to look at the situation, or actually just look at yourself in a different way. This situation is happening to give you a different way of valuing yourself, right? You know, maybe you're someone that you really put a lot of value on who you are as a person, but you never appreciated your physical qualities or your physical attributes, or vice versa. Maybe you put way too much importance, or maybe you were super proud of your physical attributes, but you never realized your intelligence and you know, the things that make you desirable in other ways. Or maybe you've just seen yourself as, you know, someone who's really successful financially or has some kind of a reputation, but you're forgetting that you're somebody outside of that. That's not who makes you who you are, right? You can be a CEO of a major company, but that's not your role in the universe. That's not your title as a person. So I just feel, for whatever reason, the Hangman is coming in with a feeling, you know, Taurus, that you're really getting to know who you really are outside of the labels, outside of the superficial stuff, but like to get to know yourself on a soul level. Cross Watcher, If you are waiting for a Taurus to return or come back or see the error of their ways, that can very well be happening in the Hanged Man energy. But this could be more so like they're growing, they're maturing. But even when it comes to a relationship, that relationship might not be coming in the way that you would hope or the way that you would like, right? It might not be an engagement or a marriage. It may be more along the lines of getting a do-over to say sorry, getting a do-over to do things in a better way. And, you know, it could be more of a closure kind of situation. This is a general reading, so that's not to say that there can't be some of you that have a Taurus come back and like wanting to marry you or something. But I do feel a lot of you cross watchers, for whatever reason, I feel this is a Taurus that was married or did have a relationship. I think that relationship has ended or is ending, and they're looking outside right now like for the next thing, and they may feel they have unfinished business with you, but it feels to me more like there just needs to be some kind of closure or healing. Okay, again, that's not to say some of you can't have a different outcome. We have 8 of Wands, so you definitely can experience communication from this Taurus. They might be reaching out to you, and you all might be able to start talking again. Taurus, for those of you, I'm going to address Taurus directly now. You know, you're coming out of that stuck energy. You're having this awakening. You're seeing yourself in a different light. And I feel once that switch, you know, clicks off in your head to where you begin to see, or clicks on, I should say, you begin to see everything you're bringing to the table and all of the things that, you know, how you are right now and how it's good for you. You are going to get out there. You are going to start dating. So I feel like this white knuckling thing is going to stop. If you've been holding on to a relationship that started out super happy and lost its fire, you're going to finally let it go and move on. If you have been single and you've been wanting to have love in your life, you're going to get out there and you're going to start opening up to it. If you, Taurus, have been waiting to hear back from someone, you could have someone coming out and contacting you and wanting to heal the situation or get closure. But whenever we see 8 of Wands, it's like something that was stuck is becoming unstuck. Passion is returning to a person or situation. Things are moving forward very quickly. The path is clear. Obstacles are moved out of the way when we see 8 of Wands. Next we have here the 8 of Pentacles. So I really feel that a lot of you Taurus are going on like this self-discovery journey, working on yourself, you know, perfecting yourself. As you know, there's no such thing as perfection, but really trying to, you know, carve out details of your life and goals and, you know, just self-improvement. I feel a lot of working on self with the 8 of Pentacles. And again, I really do feel some of you are coming into contact with someone through your profession, okay? And for whatever reason, it doesn't feel to me like co-workers. It could be maybe this is a vendor, or this is somebody that you're meeting at a work conference. For some of you, it could be a client, right? Like you might be a real estate agent and you may, you know, sell a house or something to someone you end up getting into a relationship with, or a contractor or an appraiser or something. Or it could be something happening, you know, where, I don't know, you're whatever you do for a living. I don't know, you're a jeweler, you make jewelry. Maybe you're making jewelry for somebody, or a mechanic, you're fixing somebody's car, and, you know, you guys are really hitting it off, or whatever it is that you do for a living. You may be providing a service for someone, and there may be a bit of a spark there, and there could be, like, you know, you all are getting involved with one another from there. Again, these are general readings, my darlings. I strongly recommend that you watch your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus, and just kind of see what resonates more, or what might bring in a little extra information or extra details. Because in the general readings, we're addressing many, many people. Okay, it's not just one person or 2 people or 100 or 1,000. You know, it's a lot of people. So keep this in mind. If you would like a private reading for your specific energy, your personal energy, you can go ahead and click on the Calendly link in the description of this video, and I am more than happy to go ahead and give a private reading for you. And don't forget your weekly forecasts on the channel. Don't forget your 2020 forecasts. All those videos are there, for you to watch, to enjoy. Hopefully they'll be helpful for you. And I thank you guys so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, following on Instagram and Facebook. I am wishing you a wonderful January, my dears. Take care.